Turn 87. So not too much has happened. A couple of characters have died, finished loads more quarries and forts, trained some more onagers, and my first status has come out, which is very exciting. We've capped on training. King Consort has become jealous. We held court. We've got a load more civics. We've got a new matriarch. It's gone from friendly to pleased, which is slightly sad. So it's wrecked our family opinion a little bit, but we can fix that. So we've got a few events. Dragonbound, we could get 5 orders, but we're going to get the 130 science, which gets land consolidation this turn, which is fantastic. We don't care enough about our queen consort. She's not giving us that much to worry about that too much, so we're just going to let her become disappointed rather than spending loads of orders and money. And this matriarch wants us to let her father out of prison, which, don't even remember putting him in prison, but that is absolutely fine. It gives us 40 opinion with her and 100, I think. Yeah, plus 100 opinion with this random person. So absolutely not a problem at all. Yeah, so they're the events. What are we going to do? We're moving workers around. We're building a couple of roads down here so we can get our onagers into position. So we've got an onager fortifying on the hill there. Coming down here, another onager fortifying there. I think this is still very much my weak spot. We're fortifying an onager up here as well, taking a focus promotion, I believe. Yep. Research, thinking about research. Playing around with deciding. I did think about going for free onager for a bit, but I do change my mind later and end up going for portcullis. Because not surprisingly, not because of the spy master, mainly because it lets me build moats, which I think might be useful. So what are we doing here? Spending lots of orders. Right, so we got some land consolidation this turn. So we're doing a wine grove, which the both the Fabius and the Julius really want, and I think we bought. Oh, that's right, we bought a couple of orders. We're starting a honey grove as well up here. Claudius want honey. We're basically laser focused on our win condition at the moment. So I've been looking at the culture. Currently, all our weak cities will be developing in 18 years, but I believe I've done a bit of calculations on what's coming out on culture. We can actually get them all done in 10 turns, which we can possibly speed up a bit with some luxuries if we can get them out fast enough. But yeah, essentially 10 turns, all our weak cities will be developing, and hopefully we can build a couple of wonders and win in that time, because that will give us enough points. So we've got our builder leader as the heir. So really the plan is to try and build up enough here. Persia's still weaker than us, so I'm not expecting them to attack until they are at least equalized. Really the plan is to build up, keep defending, keep the military stuff going, slowly creep up on culture, and then, when there's a few turns to go, start building 2 wonders, abdicate, stack some builders on them, and then hopefully by the time he realizes what's happening, it will be too late, and we will coast to victory. I imagine he will come and attack, but he'd have to actually take out a walled champion city in a couple of turns, which I think will probably be hard going. For some reason, I'm not seeing a damage preview on how much damage his units are doing here. Yeah, I'm not seeing that at all. Not quite sure why. Anyway, so that's the plan. So while we're still building units, we're not. We're going to try and save a little bit of stone. Try and maybe calm it down on the onagers a little bit. So I'm still changing by right. So I've changed my mind to portcullis. We're building another status here and here. We must remember to actually move this one next turn because that's still there. We're moving the byrene back. We want to get the byrene in here to anchor, which we should have done a long time ago, just to get these border movement going, so we can waste less orders getting our status to the front. We're going to spend a little bit of stone to get some walls up in Bactra, because that's another avenue for attack. If he does break through here, we want to make sure Bactra just doesn't fall immediately as well. We're going to rush one more onager out of Bellum as well. So actually we did end up spending most of our stone. We've got a few turns left before we're going to need it. We're going to need hopefully build the ziggurat and the hanging garden, which is 1,000 stone total, which is only 4 turns worth of stone at our current production. So we're alright for the moment, as long as Alcaras doesn't start building them. If he does snag one of them, then we're going to have to switch to the necropolis, which is somewhat more expensive in stone. So potentially 900 and 600, 1,500 stone is the worst case. Well, it's not the worst case, but it's a case. 1,500 stone would take us 5 turns, 250 times 6 turns of stone. So we probably don't want to build any more onagers after this. We've already got 2 popping out here. Yeah, we started a camel archer in here because of course we've got land consolidation. Camel archers will be reasonably good against his cataphracts, and they're incredibly fast as well, which is a nice bonus. Yeah, and then we're just going to have to rely on spears, I think, to try and hold the line. I'm still worried about this. He could still break through here without too much problem. He'd have to kill both of them to actually get a cataphract through. But if he does, I've got problems, definitely. Got the Byron coming out next turn will anchor that to get all this coastal movement. This onager is actually in range of his troops, so I may start shooting at him next turn. It's not going to do much, and it may just encourage him to come and attack, or it may just encourage him to move out of range. So I don't know about that. I may or I might not. It's probably worth doing. Anyway, let's send it back. So the plan is to win by turn 97. That's what we're aiming for. And yeah, if we can a few turns before just gather some workers near where we're going to build the wonders. We'll figure out where we're going to build them, I suppose. Ziggurat is anywhere. Oh, but it does require a holy city. So Ziggurat's holy city, Hanging Gardens is just by a river. So I think our only holy city is this one here. So we are definitely going to build the ziggurats in the city. Anywhere. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workers in the ministry. That's enough to 2-turn it. That's plenty. And then the Hanging Gardens, we probably ought to build. Well, let's see, where have we got a river? Down here, perhaps. A few less workers here. We've got 5 hanging around down here, so actually down here is probably a better place to be building that. And yeah, the nice river spot here. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do for that. That's great. So yeah, we can 2-turn both of those wonders. So if we aim to build them in 8 turns, it's risking it a little bit in case Alcaras does decide to build one of them. But he hasn't shown any inclination so far. No wonders on his side. 4 for me. So hopefully we're all right. But anyway, enough waffling. Let's send that back and see what happens.